You know, when you look at it, a pigeon really is quite a magnificent looking bird, isn't it? For such a common bird, it's really quite beautiful. If it wasn't for the fact that they caused so much damage in the UK and all over the world to farmers' crops, you could just sit and look at them all day, couldn't you? It is an unfortunate fact of life, however, that wood pigeons can and do cause tens of millions of pounds worth of damage to farmers' crops in the UK every single year. Now, when you consider that one single pigeon on a pea field, for example, will open a pod, take a pea out, the rest of the peas fall on the ground, and then they'll go and open another one, and they'll do that for 10 to 15 minutes, maybe a bit more, before they move on to another part. And when you consider that there can be a flock of 200, 300, thousands in some cases descending on a farmer's field, you can just start to appreciate perhaps just how much damage these pigeons can do to a farmer's crop. Huge areas can be absolutely destroyed in next to no time at all. And that is a lot of income for a farmer to lose, and he has to absorb that loss. And of course we have to go out there in all kinds of weather. It's no good just going out in the sunshine. If we can't put the effort in, then I'm sure the farmer will find someone who will. So we could be out in a lovely warm summer's afternoon, or a cold November's morning. The job still has to be done. And the thing about hunting, and let's face it, at the end of the day that's exactly what it is that some people are not going to agree with it. Now, everybody has a right to their opinion, and of course we respect that. We do, however, ask that people respect ours as well. We do, of course, try to do things as ethically and as humanely as possible, and of course as safely as possible. And we certainly don't kill just for the sake of it. Personally, we process and consume everything that we shoot, with the possible exception of crows and other corvids. There will of course always be those who will disagree with you, no matter how hard you try. So as you can see, it's a lovely, lovely day today, and the crops look immaculate, don't they? And they're coming on a tree. In no small part, I like to think, to myself and my brother. However, that being said, if we take a look down here where the damage from rabbits is taking place, you'll see what I mean. So there's quite a large patch, particularly near the edge here, that have been destroyed by rabbits nibbling off the tops, and that happens all the way around the field, and in some parts it extends quite some distance actually into the field itself. And as you can see behind me, there's another example of what I'm talking about. So if you look, you can quite clearly see how it's been nibbled away, and when they nibble the tops off those ears, it stops them growing and it completely ruins it. And this is quite a big section that we're looking at here. That being said, this particular field is probably one of the better ones in terms of damage. It's been shot quite a lot this by myself and my brother, so we like to think that we've done our part to actually look after it somewhat. There we've got pigeons flying around now. There's a lot of evidence of rabbit activity, commonly known as scrapes. wish I could have got that on camera, because that would have illustrated exactly what I was talking about. We've just disturbed a flock of at least 200, weren't there?
Yeah.
I managed to get 3 of them, but it's 3 less, isn't it, to cause damage. But I wish I got that on camera just to illustrate what I'm talking about in terms of pigeons. So we're here to do a job at the end of the day, a very important one as well. Now if we said we didn't enjoy what we did, we'd be lying. But to be perfectly honest, the biggest enjoyment for me is that just being out in the countryside. I think we're going to call it a day. Looks like there's a storm a-brewing. I can certainly hear some thunder in the distance. So maybe we'll call it a day for today. And here comes the rain.